So I've started doing the layout of the hexagons, the silk hexagons on the silk backing, and I like it. It's nice to see, at least with the initial layout, that it's as aesthetically as appealing as I imagined it to be, as it would be. So that's particularly gratifying, and it's probably, if I keep it up, it's probably a project I can work on while my foot's up. Get it all done. I'm not hard pressed to get it done like that, but mostly it's the initial layout today is telling me it looks good, and I'm excited about that. Now it's just to give it the time that it needs to be complete. I was speaking about Susie Orman. No, I do not believe in the virtue of her money because she's not thinking it through even. She's thinking it through thief end, okay? She's not actually being the perpetrator, but she is passing doffed in a container to toot top for no reason she didn't think or thought. And certainly in my frame, where no doff, stupid person, can proclaim my brain, he brought toft. She didn't think. She didn't T parentheses HINKT. Think, ink, or put your tin, your money in the night. Without doff, without stupid, okay? So here's the thing. I have spoken my mind on someone in person. I have named a name. Well, here's the thing. I suspect this person would not have the time of day for me any other way. I would be shuttled. I'd be passe doffed. To what? Go to work in a lice clinic so that some of my customers can jack off on me in person. Supported by the where and awareness -t ta -re, to stare and think, re. Dow with war, okay? Dow with war -e-d, with red. We score our core, okay? To keep reapplying, reapplying. Time. Anywhere time is found on its own, okay? So, if anything, it's just a wake-up call. You're not the foundation. It's time to start thinking it through even or not. KNOT. My time continues. Any way I seem, same. Same, amen. Aim me, parentheses ND. Samed. Same, no date. NO, nod, yeah, even. One-on-one, 10, X, chromosome for the female. Even, odd, even, nod. Same, even. Doffed is not necessary. Stupid. DOF. Doff tone is not necessary either. To part ID with who I'm thinking of. To go of, to gov and go of, and G parentheses L, OVE ID. Do not need permission, do not need sperm mission. Maybe this is good for extra emphasis. I'm not using your revalue, AD, debt again, the STE, the saint, you stew, and cite you, AD, you did not bring the guilt, the theta, that's 0, and je t'aime, that's love, the time I mend. You, hyphenated, did not bring in the evalue, to toe, to with HO, and who hoed, the outer diameter, OD, debt, T took and look, toothed. TL, total loss. I'm losing zeros. By being present to the CHEAR OD parentheses HEAD. I'm keeping this. It's quite a nice shape, and I put a little doodle in the corner. My particularly my high school notebooks and college notebooks, doodles down the margins, encroaching on the lines. That's what I did. That's what I did in school. Teacher was talking, doodles, 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 doodles. It might be my way of trying to stay awake. Waiting for something earnestly to write down, you know? Or it's another way of tracking. I'm listening, I'm taking it in, and to write it is to divide myself in a way, rather than being present. It's like having a camera. You're setting up the shot. Oh, I gotta get the shot. You're not really, it's difficult to gauge in the moment. It's like being at two places. You've got two considerations. I don't know if I'm going to put the video of the cops up. Certainly I can, but one of the significant things before they left is basically what they said is we're here to hear two sides of the story. And I'm kind of like, you know, two sides of the story isn't really necessary. I didn't say that, but basically they said, like, she says she's not going to call you. I'm like, yeah. And so you're not going to call her. And I'm like, yeah. And she's going to go find someone else to treat her. I'm like, I said, what I did say is that should be self-explanatory, you know, when I showed her the door, okay? So she's not getting an apology out of me for existing. She assaults me. Then, because I'm trying to find recourse for just existing without assault, that she's going to call her right as reason, as desire, and even for life. For God's sake, I have a child. And I never thought of anyone. Okay. Conceivable even. Duh. So she's calling in a third person for observation to basically repair her ego. But her ego, it's not repairing her ego. It's repairing her feelings for no reason, defend, to continue to ride the HE hyphen R over R hyphen OD hyphen. You know? Great. There's something I wanted to elucidate there. One I've already done. She didn't have a reason to be in the front, but she kept making shit up on that. The other adds just cause to, well, then I'm going to call the cops. And I'm just videoing her. Kind of like, I did say, you're free to go. Okay. But with the police officers, you know, we're going to get two sides of the story. And then laying it out like, well, we listened to her, now we listen to you, and she says she's not going to call you, and she's going to go find a different place. I'm like, that is self-evident. That should have been the course that she should have taken instead of stalking me out the front door where I'm parked and hitting me. Okay? And then when I'm here for my self-preservation, she's calling you, the cops, because this is the game. Who calls first? I was abused. I called the cops first. It's really a malignant gesture that I would so desire to have a guest maintained without DOF-T to proclaim. So we're looking at a desire that is irrational because she would rather hire H-I-R-E-D- as herself. I dare say that Doft, stupid, does know better and is simply manipulating the law into his his hand that's hyphenated. To hand out, hand again, no one is responsible. Well, not in your image, okay, of passing through thief end. And what else? The value of no one's responsible through your image, thief end, means that you can cast God to be hyphenated as weld. Convincible to tell. The storyline, the news. Oh, this person was assaulted. This person, you know, brought out a gun. Whatever, you know. Your politicians aren't actually making one whit of difference. In reality, in R-EEL reality, where the real doft to two toff for no reason, not one has actually thought to be the bed brought toft even. You're just making up hyphenated shit. And where it's an H hyphenated, you make it sit by writing and having other people breathe it in that you were thinking of them. Hyphenated, okay? And that's the only thing that has come to pass. Come to pass, calm. It's calm to pass. It's what I can hear. But it still passes -T. To be the bed and to be Ben, near and dear, hyphenated. So you're creating your own artifice and artificial need, thief end, and justifying it through the law -S-T- to make the ends meet. And that's how you meet your mate. And your mate is hyphenated, and you dow with war and proclaim. Thank God for for the people that are willing to tote a gun instead of reason even and protect me for no reason, thief-end, so I can continue to make me one eye hyphenated for no reason, thief-end, and venerable, Evain, V-A-I-N hyphen D. I don't know, I don't want to know, and no one really knows. Thank God, praise God. Praise God because I'm stupid and I cast God in my image. So I can always count ton God and count tone on God. Hyphenated. And not even be accountable for that either. Casting that H hyphen at, that hat or that tat. That not is hyphenated. You're asking in time to compete thief-end only. And you're displacing people that stand in place for a reason. Okay. Dumb shit today basically ran up against my energy. It's not the first time. It's probably not, gazillion might be too many, but it does happen a lot. It's happened when I was younger as well. Apparently, I've got strong energy. Okay. I'm not putting it out there to run into other people because I don't have to. If that video froze up, put some hyphens in that, and that was in quotations. An illusion of value. I don't have an illusion of value. Okay? For Jesus Christ's sake, that you forward and forge, hyphenated, as your third person, to nad and dad adore, as am more, hyphenated. It's not love. Sorry, you're not doing the real work. You didn't do the real work. You didn't care to do the real work before you shirked and jerked and had a kid. Okay? And then appallingly get to proclaim more gracefulness, hyphen T. To tour your TY and think your name. That it's vain, V-A-I-N. So I'm getting the vibe that this lady is aware of who I am and that she thinks that she's got the kiss of divine inspiration by reflecting on me and me reflecting on her. I'm just letting her know you're not getting in that way. You get to stay out. Okay? This is my life. You have not brought the time. You have purposely posed infliction and called it your dime. And I'm not okay with that. I will never be okay with that. You can start where I started, and we'll see how much heart you have. You're way behind the power curve as far as what I've been dishing up and out for years, and it's not that measurable of the content here, okay? We've only started to dialogue for a couple of years now. If you think you're gonna corrode bullshit on me, you're gonna sit out for a while. A good while. She was totally thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be marked on, I'm in. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not your circus animal. I'm not here to appease you. You didn't bring the time. You didn't care to bring the time. You cared to bully, and you cared to back it up by, if it wasn't verbally beating tone on me, it was abusing me with your bag. Your big bag. Your purse. Okay? I got a purse for you. You're not getting in. I do not want anything to do with you. Okay? You need to start thinking of other people. And if this is not in your, if it's not in your vein, that's not my problem. And it never will be my problem because it never was my problem. Okay? I don't want anything to do with you. You have proven yourself. I want nothing to do with you. So stay out. It's bullshit. You're gonna do a little song and dance on me, poke and prod me, and then be like, oh look, I made her express. No, 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 that's not the value of expression, okay? And you stop using that h-e-x to cause an hex, okay? For no reason, thiefent. Your problem is you, and you get to stay with that, okay? If you get to stay with that, then you'll see the work that goes into just being and maintaining that position. I'll guarantee you've not done it. You didn't desire it either. So one of those little videos I put up was listening to, it was Pisces, something about this week from Jonathan Cainer. It was putting your heart first and then your mind follows, you know, building your direction, your tangent, your reason versus putting your mind first and then the heart. And I recorded that because you're reading a person's intention with what they bring to the table. You're reading intention for all you've been, okay? It is not okay to think that you're going to get away with bullshit here or there. It's saying you're not thinking to care. And I'm not here to carry your awareness there, hyphenated. I'm here to actually enjoy my life without you. Okay? So let's understand what's at stake. Does that seem callous of me that I'm being intentional to my take? Let us understand that is what fictional you are doing to my estate and guest state. You're making it go away, -t. So we understand what's at stake. And it's like a light. It's on or it's off. And your wiring is accurate or it's faulty. And you're going to cause a fire. Okay? You're a nuisance, lady. Between bullying me and then calling the cops, having to wear a straight face as they gather the facts and be like, that lady's a fucking lunatic. I can't believe I do this for a fucking living. I gotta go places, I gotta hold my hand, kind of like, I got a video of the officer holding his hands, kind of flinching and flexing. No, I didn't tell them I was taking a video, okay? I set it up on the counter. So, yeah, it's your life. My job today, getting rid of lice, was exiting the customer that was a louse. Jesus, waste everyone's time. No one's time is too precious to you. To you, toy wood, -d, woo, WOO-D. No one's time is precious to your toy wood. You know what? It's like beginning all over again. I hate to say it. It's kind of like she lights up like Sharon. I'm gonna be famous. Like, shut the fuck up. Okay. Your picture's not going here, but I know who you are. And I'm not doing a backhanded compliment that compliments me and not Sharon. I'm saying that we met as strangers. We're technically still strangers. I would say we've grown a lot, okay? Um, we're at a different current, I would imagine, at this point. Um, it's like working with uh, a newbie. Oh, did you find God? Whatever. Go Odd is disgusted with you, okay? Go Odd would like you to go away 2 by 2, but you can't seem to do that, okay? Fuck. That one got across, didn't it? So watering my plants, I'm gonna go back and water my plants. That reminds me, I need to bring this plant down, otherwise that's going to be difficult. That one's going to be difficult to get to. Ah! Come back! Yikes! Pothos! Alrighty. Alrighty, mighty Pothos. We've got tendrils. We've got lots of Pothos here. Let's see, I'm going to put this here for now. Maybe I can. There's an irony also where I dropped to the floor, you know, basically told her to beat me with a stick. Beat me with your verbal stick now, and you let me know when you're done. And then she's looking at her daughter like I'm absurd. And yet, she's the one who does not have a stable frame of reference. She only seeks to have the image of stability. But I'm being rational. Now you're stalking me. Never recognizing you're making hyphenated shit up, okay? You called this on yourself. You understand that. If we're gonna, no, we're doing a fight for origin to go forward. Emotionally, okay? So, her whole facade crumbles. She's not stable. She's not the bearer of components to stay in place. AD, okay? To add anything. To be present and not detract for no reason. Egos, hyphenated. You've got an image of continuity, but you can't reduce or redact to innocence and reflection. You're not rational. You can't bring it. How does she reason? She hits me. Okay? And then tells me I'm not well and hopes that I get myself together. All I'm getting is this person is like one lie from beginning to end. Now, let's look at the media that's selling a story. Someone kills her. Does it matter? Should we feel sympathy? Well, I would say that I feel sympathy in terms of, oh, that really sucks. I feel bad for you. Like, for instance, the young couple that was in Joshua Tree, and they found them in an embrace in the shade. He was a security guard. They think that's why he had a gun with him, but he shot her, then he shot himself. But they were found in an embrace. They think it was a sympathy suicide, meaning they may have got lost, dehydrated, and that's a slow, painful death. Maybe it seemed more loving to knowing that you're going to die, a painful death, to get right to it. So yes, I look at that news and I'm like, that's a bummer. Rough young 20-year-olds. He was taking her there for her birthday. And I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. I feel bad about that. You know, so does that seem like the proper sympathy? Well, you know what? Things might get crossed. What I mean is, I'm trying to provide time in follow through. The lady today that stands for making shit up and is just one lie from beginning to end, so she loses her life, doesn't really matter, okay? So with her own example, put some hyphens in that, is she not teaching Doff that her life isn't really worth asking for much? S parentheses M U C H T. such, suck, suched, smush, smushed, smooched. Mu, that is a mu particle. So it's a very, very small particle. So she's not, by her example, she's not giving Daft any reason to think that she thinks for a reason, and yet she's standing simpleton, simpletone, hyphenated on me to carry her L-O-T, to carry her lot, to keep casting Toft. It's hyphenated. None of this requires any thinking. Her thinking apparatus is to be like, I'm angry. She's not going to think about it. She's going to look at me. I'm on the phone. I'm not paying attention to her. She comes out the door trying to find, get things going one-handed. It's like, really? And she's like, really? Yeah, really? And I'm like, wait a minute. Let me get this. I'm not going to find Christine now. I need to put this on video. What the fuck? Me learning the ways and means to put things on my frame and to make them apparent requires forethought, and no differently than her hitting me, okay, as a calculation. She's going down the stairs, and her daughter's in front of her. I'm going out the front stairs, and she turns around, and I'm trying to get the phone going. I can see she's on the phone inside, and yet she comes out, and she hits me. There's forethought in that. There's forethought in how you mediate to earn your estate, to keep earning your estate. And quite ironically, or sire ironically, to keep your estate as your mate, as your would-be mate. Would WOOD 0 HT, so we're talking about dough height and trial balance and date of birth. D would be your bed. So WOOD 0 HT in parentheses, BE parentheses AD. Parentheses AG parentheses U, E S over S T. AT E parentheses ND. We're talking about, I would say, continuity and the motive for providing it. And that's how people are wired. I'm simply pointing out her wiring as with her emotions and her right to embark on hitting me because she's frustrated, because she's not actually rational nor stable in her own countenance that she has self-sought and taught, to BEADOFFT. And then she's holding me accountable to her flaw, hyphen T, to flaunt tit, hyphenated. Why? She gets a good value from everyone else in the marketplace, okay? But she does not have real value, and with me, she understands she does not have real value. And what does it make her? It makes her angry. Yet it's not my fall, hyphen T. It's her fall, hyphen T. Okay. It's not my fault. I fall to time for completion even because I've thought about it for a reason. I think the energy that makes some people want to like run into me and test my energy field is it's pronouncedly doing what you want and being what you want, where it's not fraudulent, it's the real thing. It's reason as desire in life. Okay? Fundamentality, I can own it because I've done the work. I am the manifestation of doing the work. Okay? I'm not asking for anything more than what I am and what I can bring to the land. All right? I would bring Elan, smooth sophistication, without the kind of the pointed cursing at Doff. It's stupid. Except Doff still thinks that I'm here to maintain his LO-T, to keep toning Doft on me. And my enemy? I don't have an enemy, honestly. So here's the thing. There's envy. There's envy that I can be my desire and do what I want. But the envy is misapplied because stupid ass, as an hyphenated example today, is not doing the real work. Had she done the real work, she might be grounded in reality and may have negotiated a different way. Okay? Rather than ramping up umbrage where I'm kind of like, you're in the business now, let's get off your racket of, I was here for 25 minutes. Well, I'm like, it's not 11:25 and your appointment was at 11. So do not make more shit up on top of more shit. Didn't say that, but I'm kind of already tracking like, you make shit up on top of shit now, don't you? You're lending history for me to read into you by doing that. You're lending points and tangents for me to follow and say, I'm starting to see connections that speak of a direction and trajectory. Now, if you're going to build shit to back it up, I know you're going to build shit to bring it forward, okay? Hyphenated. What else? There's no reason. So the envy is ironically, unconspired, ironically misapplied, because she's not doing any real work in her own time, and she's not doing any real work when I give her my time. Okay? This is a big problem for me. For me. For RAM. Okay? ND. That is a big problem. You're vindicating your presence that is already spiteful to be here. Okay? And to be seen as something. All right? That only stands to fornicate my time. There's a lot that's not right with that hat or that tat that's also hyphenated. That's why if you want to tread your TB, trial balance, to be read, you get to write it in my time. In my frame, where no doft, stupid, need supply, an account. There's no need for doff to be doffed on my account. DOF, there's no need for doff to be stupid on my account. Okay? So we should keep that in mind. MIN parentheses ED. There's no reason for envy when you don't care. And you don't carry the value here, much less there. THEIR. So stop speaking, Kevin Stein, of me doing what I want as making other people in your machine shop doff stupid, making them jealous. Okay? There's not an heir among you, nor is there one that wants to. Stop hanging me with your fucking infliction for no reason defend. You are using women to stall time and doft to toft. If that video froze, put some hyphens in that, and that was in quotations, as an illusion of value. You are standing women so you can make money for no reason, defend. That is your only value you have in women. Hyphen D. Because it's clear you will not hire them. Apparently. If they do not support your malfeasance. Appreciably. Yap, appreciably. Okay? Did I mistake my Christian name? My God-given name? In vain? VAIN? Port thing? Pity me? Pit and pithy? THEYEID? I'd tie hide and would die. Hand dye it also. Okay? Not quite so pitiful as you want me to be. So you can keep porking your wife and setting up your children to believe in God hyphenated as you go to the machine shop and make items for war to protect your heir that you can't conceive of, much less think of. If your heir, HEIR, can't meet a woman fair heir, and tear an FT a foot here as there, neither can you square AD, okay? You only stand to manipulate the settings and the jest and gesticulation so that it always falls into your hyphenated dough hand for no reason, defend. So you can say and essay all the time. You would have, and never being held accountable to actually supplying. Okay. That is, in essence, the law. Fudging the jurisdiction of doff to toot doff, ford and forging go odd, doth sake and stake and doft. Stupid to toot toft. Thanks, Toft, for the laws to take care of your low hyphen T. So I can have a mate, so we can fornicate all over the place with I hyphen D hyphen, with kids. We believe in doft, and doft's God. I mean toft, toft's God, to hand doft. Hand off stupid. You know, all you're doing is you're setting stupid people up to fornicate, to have these laws in their God-forsaken, snaken name, and doff, stupid again, and complain and to carry this dialogue that Tao with would have, but you don't know how, and you don't care to. So I don't really know where to start with your fucking desire, except you never had a heart to conspire, much less consire, AD. For starters, apparently, and yap, apparently. Tisk, not my fault. Tisknot. AMEYEIDFALLT. Fall OT, overtime, if you well like, as much as I do. If you're not willing to stand on the foundation of time, of someone who cared even, and engineered it to stand as a parallax of the time and doff to toot toff for no reason thief end, you're talking about desiring to hand off negligence, okay? Looking, so you push hyphenated shit around to look like you're not passing doffed tone and negligence, but that's what you're doing. And I'm simply here to make that apparent. Why? Because I care a lot. And I'm tired of you all supplying doff tone for me and doffed rationing capabilities, rationalizing capabilities.
Oh, if I don't get what I want for no reason, I'm gonna hit you with my designer bag. And I'm gonna call for backup, hyphenated, for all that I am.
That is one ugly bitch, okay? Good for you. And whoever you conspire with and conspired with, Jesus, couldn't see through you, or they thought that was, they thought they would do you, okay? Close up, off the phone. I'll be putting that online, but it's the layout of the hexagon in silk. Shantung silk. It's has little slubs in it, and it's a little bit iridescent because they're using two different colors of thread, and so how it catches the light. Also, there's no right and wrong side to it, but I'm really liking the layout. It's doing what I wanted it to do visually, so very happy about that. Meaning, I enjoy looking at it, and that's the value. It means something, process and product, and I'm very excited that perhaps I'm starting to get the skills to do something for the first time, but suffer the contingency in advance to know how to put something together. You know what I mean? From my imagination to reality. I can't always say that's the same, the value, maybe when I cut my hair. You know, sometimes when I think it's a good idea to give me bangs, I've been surprised that cutting a straight line across the front is difficult. And then there was the time that took me 3 times to get bangs, and then I had half-inch bucktooth bangs, you know, that I got to wear a hat again to grow those out. But this, I'm happy. I'm happy that imagination, how I thought this might look and appeal to me, is as it's coming together as desirable as I wanted it to be. Let's see, I need to get one more. Is it? All right, see if we can get this video up.